Greetings and welcome to By Fibroids with Cecily. I'm your host, Cecily Simmons L.
Salt of the earth, don't complain.
I'm the founder of Operation Fibroid Freedom, a platform I developed just a few short years ago after successfully shrinking fibroids naturally when doctors told me that I had to have surgery. Now, with Operation Fibroid Freedom, I am dedicated to helping women who are interested in instruction on the less traveled road to becoming fibroid free. And that is 100% naturally through no operation at all. And today we're going to get into some of the basics. Exactly what are fibroids?
Fibroids are also known as leiomyomas or myomas, and they are basically non-cancerous tumors or growths that grow inside of the smooth muscle cell tissue, as well as fibrous connective tissue inside of the uterus. It's estimated that over 70 to 80% of women will develop fibroids in their lifetime, although not all cases require treatment. There are different types of fibroids. Subserosal fibroids occur on the outside of the uterus. Pedunculated fibroids are a type of subserosal fibroid that grow on a long stalk. Intramural fibroids occur on the wall of the uterus beneath the endometrium, while submucosal fibroids grow in the lining or inside the endometrium.
And so now I'm pretty sure you're thinking, what causes fibroids? A lot of the expert guides and journals that I found all said something to the effect of, no one really knows the root cause of fibroids. That was it. Okay, surely you must be joking. I'm sorry, what? Hold on. I was just supposed to just accept that. Okay. No, that's a thigh slapper. That wasn't going to do it for me. And since I have launched Operation Fibroid Freedom, I have come to find out that that answer is not good enough for many of you. I'm on the other side now, fibroid free 100% naturally, and I'm able to bring this knowledge to you. If you're interested in learning more and going deeper, but you got to be ready to do the work now. I'm not even trying. Let's not sugarcoat it. You have to be ready to work. And by work, I mean nobody knows the root cause. It's not that you can't shrink fibroids. It's just a matter. Are you going to put in the work? Do you know what work you need to do? And do you have that in a system? And are you executing that? Consistently. Rinse and repeat until you see the results that you see. But let's get into some of the science behind fibroids, okay? Fibroids are a symptom of perimenopause, and fibroids are also a sign of infertility. That fibroids are a product of estrogen dominance. Estrogen being one of the main hormones in women's health and fertility that is discussed. With fibroids, there is an overabundance or an excess of estrogen left floating around in the body.
And some of the macro causes of estrogen dominance include toxic foods, stress, trauma, environmental pollution, nutrient deficiencies, inflammation, as well as any other underlying conditions that may be occurring in the body. From there, you're going to want to go deeper and look at the micro causes from each of the larger macro categories. For example, if toxins in foods is a category, hormone-filled meats is a deeper level of looking at some of those toxins. With trauma and stress, it could be emotional drain or toxic work relationships. Environmental toxins could be from chemical spraying.
Now, this proliferation of estrogen is left to feed, along with other toxins, growths that begin to form in the womb. That's the textbook scientific hormone-related response. I begin to supplement this information with some of my own intuitive understanding of the subject of estrogen dominance and uterine fibroids, as well as my own findings from my own experiences and research. If the estrogen's out of balance, guess what? That's right. All of the other hormones most likely are out of balance as well. To what degree each hormone individually, separately, is imbalanced is going to differ greatly from woman to woman. That's why the beginnings of the foundation are the same. There are fundamental fibroid pillars that we must have in place. But in order to unlock natural fibroid freedom in your womb, you must do the work. You must reverse engineer why you developed fibroids, and also arm yourself with information on what hormones are out of balance in your body. The best way that I could recommend that you do that is to look at those symptoms, to look at your specific symptoms. A lot of factors influence how hormones and where and what hormones will be in balance based on your lifestyle, based on things like what you're eating day in and day out. Do you eat a whole food plant-based diet, or do you eat meat regularly? Are you eating keto? Do you eat paleo? Are you alkaline vegan? You know, all of these factors influence what hormones are out of balance, and also how quickly we can bring them back into balance. So from a holistic perspective, knowledge is power. The more knowledge you have, the more powerful of a plan you're going to be able to put together of all natural modalities, methods, herbs, supplements, in order to really get a handle on your wound health and start to bring things back into balance, into alignment. Estrogen dominance is the common denominator amongst women that is causing fibroids to grow, but every woman's job on her natural fibroid elimination journey is to figure out why estrogen dominance occurred in the first place in her body and in her womb. What are some symptoms of fibroids?
Common symptoms of fibroids include heavy bleeding and blood clots, also known as menorrhagia, bleeding in between periods, also known as breakthrough bleeding, and pain during sex and even anemia.
Now, according to statistics, they like to say that Black women are the leading segment of the population that suffer from uterine fibroids. However, fibroids have and are affecting women across all racial backgrounds and ethnic groups. So definitely don't begin to automatically take on fibroids as something that you have to deal with just because you are a Black person or because fibroids, quote unquote, run in your family. Here's a little glimmer of hope on the runs in the family. Things run in the family because we usually keep the same relationship to foods, customs with our foods, and eating styles and patterns that our family imparted down to us. The way to break that generational curse, just as a side note, is to adopt a new relationship with food and a new style of eating that is congruent to nature being able to come in and change, cleanse, and nourish, purify your body, and renew your life. You could go alkaline vegan, you could eat plant-based, you could cut out meat, do some of the shadow work on what you eat and how you eat it. You don't have to give up foods, for example, but maybe don't cook collard greens with salt meat. Maybe cook them with no meat sometimes. One of the biggest hacks in reversing and eliminating ailments, sickness, and disease is to not describe them, talk about them with possession. So you never want to say my fibroids. Always refer to them as the fibroids, because you don't want them. You don't want to own them. You don't want to take possession of them. We don't want to send the message, the subconscious message to our bodies that fibroids are something that we're holding on to and that we are taking ownership of. You want those fibroids to feel unwanted and that they have been served the eviction notice with your Fibroid Freedom Action Plan that I'm going to help you build through Operation Fibroid Freedom. Okay, so today's smoothie is very simple. It's got some kind of not unusual, but I guess when you're talking about natural fibroid elimination and womb wellness, this smoothie has some foods that you don't traditionally see in smoothies, but make a great addition and blend well with smoothies, and also address things like getting up your fiber intake, detoxing your liver, combating iron deficiency anemia, helping to heal naturally your circulatory system, and absorption of antioxidants and minerals at the cellular level. So, you know, I'm big on that. So basically today we're gonna have some beets. We've got mint, ginger, which is great for your digestion and detoxification and anti-inflammatory. Of course, I love bananas in my smoothies. I've got blueberries today, as usual. And then I also have some leafy green spinach as your DLFs, DLGs, dark leafy greens, DLGs, yes. So, I can spell. I'm gonna start it off with almond coconut milk. You can use any nut milk of choice, or you're welcome to use a coconut water, or even just alkaline water or filtered spring water as your base, whatever you choose. Of course, I always recommend that you do vegan plant-based, so that would mean no dairy, any non-dairy liquid as your base. And I'm just going to start to drop everything in. First, we'll start with our banana. Really simple. Bananas are great. We already know about the potassium, but they also have magnesium, a great form of a plant that can make you feel satiated and full. So that's good. And I'll get my trash out of the way there. Throwing in my blueberries, and you're gonna see how simple it is to shrink fibroids naturally, as well as eat food that gives life to your cells and supplies your body with the vitality in the form of raw plant enzymes and minerals to give your body what it needs to do, as you're commanding your body and your cells to respond to your womb work that you should be doing to shrink fibroids, to begin to cause or cultivate natural womb wellness energies that are going to manifest into dissolving uterine fibroids and cutting off the food supply by balancing your hormones, okay? It sounds like a lot, but it's not really. It's just important to be cognizant of everything that we are doing by, you know, supplementing with all of these nutritious natural tools in the forms of plant and fruits and vegetables, and herbs rather. Speaking of herbs, I've got mint, some fresh mint leaves. I'm gonna drop those two in. Now ginger, you gotta be careful, be very sparingly. I chopped up two, like not even quarter size pieces, but I'm gonna chop this up even further because you really don't want to overpower, because you can, I learned the hard way, put too much ginger in. So I'm going to put just one of those pieces in and save this other piece for another smoothie. Now this is my beet I have from another recipe. It's a small beet. These beets were literally the smallest beets I think I might have ever seen. That's the palm of my hand. So I don't know if that can give you a reference, because my hand looks huge. Yeah, so there you go. Beet breast. That gives you an idea of the size of these beets. So anyway, I'm gonna chop this up just a little bit more so that it is easier to be blended up, even though with this blender, you don't really have to do all that. And I'm gonna put the whole thing in there because the beets are gonna go to work on our bloodstream and to naturally combat the iron deficiency anemia. Now, this really is the smoothie, but I'm gonna go ahead and add a little ice. So if you'll bear with me 1 second, I'll grab a cup of ice and we're gonna go from there. Okay, I said I went back for ice, but I actually went back for something else because, you know, I'm the smoothie criminal. There's so many nutrients and supplements that I like to steal and put into my recipes. So I grabbed a little hemp protein and I'm gonna add that in for the finish, and we're gonna blend it up and it's gonna be really delicious, okay? Take about 4 tablespoons of this delicious hemp protein. Oh, so nutritious. Super high in things like magnesium, zinc. Oh yeah, and iron was one of the things. When I had uterine fibroids, I was big on making sure that I was properly increasing my iron intake and supplementing properly with iron. So hemp protein was a go-to in all of my smoothies. Not to mention it also has copper, which is a wonderful, wonderful mineral for our bodies to absorb and get to work. And of course the protein, which is going to act as an anti-tumor type of an effect on the state that we are, working on naturally eliminating, and that is of hormone imbalance and estrogen dominance, and manifesting, supporting our body, our womb, manifesting natural fibroid elimination. Now, the last thing about all of these wonderful ingredients is they're high fiber, so they're going to effectively, safely, and naturally enhance your body's natural digestion processes. That's going to make them a lot more efficient, as well as they're going to now be working more optimally to support the natural detoxification processes of the liver, which are also supported by all these nutrients. So you're going to have a multiple type of a systematic work that'll be being done by supplementing with these supplements in this particular smoothie to support your digestion and help to effectively remove these excess toxins, excess estrogen that the liver will also be more efficiently processing out because you're giving the body what it needs. Okay, so you may want to turn your volume down, and I'm going to get this beautiful smoothie blended up and we're going to try it, and then I have a special announcement.
Hey Goddess, while we're waiting on the smoothie to blend, I just wanted to let you know that I'm now offering my own hemp protein powder mixed with powerful green grasses and other superfoods to help bring your hormones and womb energy into balance and help you shrink fibroids very fast and efficiently. That's right, I'm now offering my own fibroid formula, green smoothie powder optimized for fibroid detox. That's right, go over to www.operationfibroidfreedom.com and grab your order of my fibroid formula, fibroid detox smoothie powder while supplies last.
This is our beautiful smoothie. I will grab a container, if you will, and we will try it. Here we go. So this looks amazing. I will pour that closer for you to take a look at. Beautiful. And let's try it. This is really good. It's got a nice gingery kick to it, a little spice from the ginger, earthiness from the beets, but also a creaminess, so it kind of makes it like a nice natural filling, warming and also satisfying beverage. And of course I have the berry and the nice sweetness there too, so it's all balanced out. But again, it's this easy to make sure that you are prioritizing your natural womb wellness and shrinking fibroids every day with every meal that you take in. And it's just an easy way to pack in, you know me, with the smoothies in general, because it's a crime how easy it is to supplement for womb wellness, fertility, and of course, natural fibroid elimination when you're using smoothies as a tool, because you can put so many nutrients in the smoothie and get all of the areas addressed that you need to address in one meal. Okay, on to my special announcement. If you're looking for an interactive group, a goddess support system where you can come to regularly online in the comfort of your own home and learn about the secrets of womb wisdom in order to manifest natural fibroid elimination, fertility, womb wellness, as well as life mastery, success using manifestation, metaphysics, and the law of attraction, and much, much more. We are exploring that in my new womb wellness goddess group called the Womb Hang Clan. I want to invite you to run on over to the link that I'll put in this video and check out all of the details included for what I am offering now as part of this womb wellness group. I started it because it's an easy way to get a lot of goddesses active in addressing all of the areas that, especially the ones that are often overlooked when we're talking about doing something as renegade as natural fibroid elimination. And yes, it's kind of a renegade act, but it is so available to you if you know what you need to do, where to look to do the intuitive work that needs to be done in order to address natural fibroid elimination from an emotional, psychological perspective, as well as with what we're putting in our bodies in the kitchen through our diet, and of course everything in between, mind, body, spirit, and soul. But what you're going to get in the Womb Hang Clan is a goddess support system, accountability, and an interactive challenge, one per month, that has to do specifically with focusing on you manifesting womb wellness through your diet or through mind, body, spirit, or soul, as well as a monthly master class that also is supporting you shrinking fibroids naturally and manifesting womb wellness on one of those areas with a specific topic. And then I have a spot for you to join me. And if you make this smoothie, I encourage you to hashtag OP Fibroid Freedom on Instagram, tag me, and let me know you're making it. And subscribe and like this video and share it with some goddesses that you know are looking for womb wellness and want a good recipe to start that off, okay? I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you lots of love always. I'm sending you the utmost in success and manifestation of your greatest dreams in the new year on the next episode.
All right, so now it's time to move into another huge tool that you must include into your natural fibroid elimination regimen, and that is green juice. Equally as important as green smoothies, I've used both of these, I would say the same frequency, because they serve very different but both very necessary purposes in order to reverse and reduce fibroids, begin to see fibroids dissolve naturally. A few benefits before we jump into exactly what I'm juicing today of green juice is it improves your gut health, it reduces inflammation, which is an underlying cause of estrogen dominance, and it also hydrates your skin and boosts your energy naturally. And for my next recipe, I have one of your biggest secret weapons to shrinking fibroids naturally, and that is a recipe for fresh green juice. This particular recipe, I've got some parsley, great for cellular cleansing, and then I have 2 cruciferous vegetables, bok choy in the middle and rainbow chard on the right. And what you're going to find is every juice recipe that I make, or at least the majority of them, I also juice cucumber and celery because they're watery. So you're going to see here in the video that I am juicing some cucumber, and I'm also going to be juicing celery in this recipe because that is where I get the majority of the liquid for all of my juice recipes, and I recommend that you do the same so that you have enough. It makes enough of an amount that is what you need daily in order to shrink fibroids. In my opinion, I recommend, just from personal experience, if all you can do and make is 1 cup, 8 ounces, that's fine. But I would say for best practices, for best results, to yield the fastest results, start with a minimum of 16 to 20 ounces of fresh green juice per day. Today, I almost said today. Yes, today, but today and every day. So I'm simply putting everything here into my juicer. The type of juicer doesn't matter. I think that's based on budget, whatever you can afford and whatever is, serving the best functionality for you. This particular juicer is good. It does a more of a precise pressing, but I do have another juicer that I use when I want to yield a lot, and I'm juicing a lot, like for orders for customers, and I need a lot of juice in a shorter amount of time. It's just it doesn't press quite as well, and you'll find that and notice that I'm juicing every part, especially these vibrant stems. You don't want to throw away the stems on juicing. There's powerful nutrients in the stems that you usually wouldn't get into your body because we are trained to not eat those parts, and a lot of those parts are not as easily digestible. So in juicing, it's a great opportunity to take advantage of extra healing properties of plants and parts of plants that we wouldn't usually be consuming. So you see that beautiful, bright, rich orange. Imagine all of the nutrients in that stem that we would be throwing away and not eating if we were cooking it or maybe eating it in a salad or on a sandwich or something like that. But this is the basic process. I'm going to speed it up and I will be right back. So in addition to helping you shrink fibroids while we are in the interim here, juicing is going to also energize you naturally. It's going to bring oxygen to your body, naturally support the best function for all of your organs and bodily systems. And it's so rich in the antioxidants that it is preventing cancer. It is boosting your iron and reversing anemia naturally. Another big piece of advice when you're making green juice is to mix up your fruits and vegetables. Start green and definitely try new veggies and fruits too. All right, beautiful. Here is the finished product. I have in this bowl here kryptonite for fibroids, and I do mean kryptonite. Juicing is your biggest tool in addition to eating whole food plant-based to shrink fibroids. So I recommend that you do it daily for best results. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pour my juice and take a look at the lush, rich green color, all from nature. Nothing is cooked. This is pure, raw plant vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that are going to go in and do diligent demolition work on uterine fibroids, as well as naturally detoxify your system, promote regularity, provide prebiotic, oxygenate your cell, your body, bring in the sun's life force energy to your body. Again, the benefits of green juicing are endless, and you're going to also notice some accompanying skin benefits when you start juicing daily. Skin, if you have under eye bags, any under eye bags or any dark spots will disappear because you're cleansing internally. Juicing has so many properties for women that are, and men, anybody that's suffering with any body odor internally, because it's internally cleansing the body and delivering the body the crucial minerals, vitamins, and anything that it's been depleted of, we can get from consuming pure plant juice.
Like I said, it's a busy day. Look at this beautiful thing.
But that's pretty much it for this recipe. Beautiful. It's really easy to make green juice daily, especially when you know that it's actively contributing to shrinking fibroids naturally and naturally balancing your hormones. I do recommend that you do this. Don't make the green juicing be an option. It must be used in addition to eating whole food plant-based. And also, even if you want to do a green juice cleanse or fast separately and not consume any solid foods, you will be speeding up your process to shrinking fibroids naturally.
Be sure to head over to the website, operationfibroidfreedom.com. Grab the By Fibroids cookbook and get an insider's look into exactly what it took, what I ate, the type of meals I prepared to support my womb to begin to shrink fibroids, and that I still eat to maintain being naturally fibroid-free. In addition to that, if you're ready to take the journey and learn more about yourself and deepen your connection to your womb and to nature, check out my services page and let me know how you'd like us to work together. Check out my services tab to see all the services that I have available to work with you directly, one-on-one, as well as in small groups, to begin your natural fibroid freedom journey. Well, I don't know about you, but if you're new to all of this information and new to approaching fibroids and the situation of fibroids from these angles, it can sound like a lot. Trust me, I know I've been there. But stay encouraged, sis, because if I did it, you can do it. You just need a system. And remember, knowledge is power, giving us those building blocks that we need to construct the path for you. So take this information, marinate on it, and make sure that you're following me on all of these lovely platforms. Head over to that website. You know what to do. Subscribe. Reach out to me and we can get you signed up and I'll get you set up with your own Fibroid Freedom Action Plan. And until then, I'll see you on the next episode of By Fibroids with Cecili.
la 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 la.